how HashMap works internally. We need to understand that. Okay, how it is storing the data and how you can retrieve the data. So once it's stored, how you can retrieve the data. So let's go and understand internal logic of HashMap. So let me share my screen. Here it is. How HashMap works internally. This is a very important interview question. Basically, when you create object for a HashMap class, and you will give key and value data type. So this is the generic format we specified, and here also generic format. So internal structure or working of HashMap is basically 16 buckets will be opened. So because the memory size is HashMap memory size is 16 buckets initially. If more data coming, it will keep adding another 16 buckets. First fourth filled automatically, the number of buckets keep adding for the map. That first you can 3 by 4th filled. So all these values are filled. So immediately next 16 buckets will add to the map object. And also your values will be stored in the linked list format. So the data will store in the linked list format. So in the buckets. Bucket is nothing but just a linked list node. Okay, so linked list node. So in linked list, basically what will happen is one node pointing to other node. So here this is a box, each box is a one node. Okay. So each box is pointing to another node. That's a linked list, how it will store. So when you can insert this side or you can insert front side, both sides you can insert. That's this linked list structure. So internal structure or working of HashMap is, how it will work is basically see, it will be, every bucket has many linked list structure. If it is same data is going to the same bucket, but nodes will be different. This node will be different, this node will be different. So each data will store in the one node. Each data will store in the one node. So like that you have a 16 buckets. But first, how we will insert, which bucket it will insert, we don't know, right? So you just are calling a put method. Then how it will go and insert which bucket? How do you know that? So this is the logic. So map.put, you call on the map, the put method, and give the username, key and value. Okay. First, what will happen? So the key will be taken. That's a string object. Okay. This is a string object. On the string object, it will call the hash code method. First step. Step 1 is, so it will find the hash code of that object. Then you will get some memory address. Okay. This is the hash code, means the some memory address, integer number. So after this, based on this hash code, it will calculate the which bucket it has to go. So 16 buckets, right? In the 16 buckets, which bucket it has to go? And this is the step 2 formula. So hash code, whatever the hash code you got it here, and then ampersand, not double ampersand. There is a lot of difference between ampersand and double ampersand. Double ampersand is and, single ampersand is a bitwise operator. So length -1, if you do, you will get the next bucket index. So this is the bucket index 12. That means 12th bucket, this value will go and store. So first what will happen? So you got the bucket index 12. So map.put will put the 12th bucket. So key and value both. will be arranged in the first node of linked list. First node of linked list. So that's how it is inserting. So it will come in the 12th bucket here. For example, one more element you inserted using put method. That also came to 12th bucket only. Then it will add first checks, first checks here. So value is, key is present here or not. If key is not present, then it will go and add one more node. So it will keep growing that. See, this is how it will store the data. Okay. So that's the how it will store a value in the memory. So buckets. Bucket is nothing but a memory. Bucket is nothing but a memory. So suppose take one more key value here. Okay. So map.put. The key is LD and value is D. And now first what will happen? The key will be taken on the key. So it will call the hash code method. So on the key, it will hash code method. Okay, so now once you got the hash code out, so hash code, how you are finding? With hash code method. Once you get the hash code, on that hash code you call the, so with ampersand, single ampersand, you call length -1. So then you will get another bucket index. So first one it went to 12. Second one you got it to 8. So that's the how you can know. So get the indexes, bucket indexes, it will store. See now this will go bucket index 8, and then so LD will go store here, and then B will store here. So 8th bucket it will store. So you got stored some values in the 8th bucket one data set, and 12th bucket in another data set. Okay, so this is how you can store the data in the map object. So let's take one more data set that teaches the hash collision. So what is mean by hash collision? Okay, what is mean by hash collision? You should understand. So what is mean by hash collision? So hash collision means, so the bucket is already having, now 12th and 8th buckets already having a one node. So this is the linked list node. And again, JVM tries to place one more node in the same bucket. Here, in this bucket only one more node it is adding. That is called hash collision. What we call that? It's called hash collision. That's a hash collision means. So let's understand this. Map.put EA and C. So key is EA, value is C. So when you insert data, okay, so when you find the index of hash code value of EA, so you got some 2236. And the bucket index, you got a 12th bucket. Okay, 12th bucket, you got it. So once you get a 12th bucket, now see, already previously 12th bucket, you have one data, you have B and A. Okay, so if you get the same bucket for other value also, then what will happen? So there are two cases here. So it will check same key is present or not, it will check first. If not present, it will store in the another node. Another node it will store. But if it is the same, so previous key value and now the new key value is same, not value, but at least key. If both are same, so basically you will compare with this key and this key. So now this key is the latest one, and you are comparing with the existing one. So that if it is the same, it will update this value. If it is not same, it will add a new. So new node it will add. Another node it will add. So any questions till this point? Okay. So the value is added here. Okay. So another node will add here. See, JVM checks if same key is present in the bucket or not using equals method. If same key is present, then JVM will update the existing key with a new value. With a new value, it will update. So, for example, if the existing key is not equal to the new one, then new data will be added to the same linked list as a second node. See, now this key, this new key equals to FB? No, right? Then what is happening? Not equals. So not equal means another node is added. Another linked list node is added. That means each value, it will go to one linked list node if you are getting a same bucket. So that's another thing. Summary of entire put method. Okay, so you see simply I'm giving here all the high level map.put. When you call map.put, immediately first key it will take and hash code method will be called on the key. So once you get the hash code value, then you find out the bucket index, which bucket it has to store. Hash code ampersand length -1. So angular braces, again, once it is find out the bucket index. So hash collision is there or not. If no hash collision, simply add a to linked list as a first node. So no hash collision, that means same bucket you are not inserting, you got the new bucket. So you just add that as a one node and you can so continue. Then key already present, so hash collision happened. That means the key is present in the bucket and just compare key dot equals existing key. If not equal, add a to new linked list node as a second node. And if it is same, so replace the existing key, existing value with a new value, but key is same. Key is same, only value will modify. So that's this how HashMap works internally. And how you can get the data. How can you get the data from the HashMap? So you have to use get method. You have to use the get method to get the data from the HashMap object. And So that is all about in this diagram. Everything is summarized in one diagram. So generally, the linked list structure is like this: start to end. Both sides you can insert. Every node, this is called one block, right? This block is called one node. Another node, another node, another node. So that's different items. So how to find node with item 3? How to find a node with item 3? You have to iterate it, right? You have to compare item 3 equal to item 1, item 3 equal to item 2, item 3 equal to item. So like that you can compare. So which one you want, you can take it out. So how will you get the key value pair? Using get method. So you have to use the get method of HashMap to get the entire entry. So map.get. So if you do key, if you give, it will go and search. First, it will find out the hash code. Then it will find out the bucket, which bucket that value is there. Okay. Then it will go to that bucket index and get the value of that key value pair. So that is the how HashMap works internally. So any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So this I just hold it for yesterday's because many people haven't joined, only 2 people were there. Okay. So I have covered all this theory part. So, and next one is, what is the difference between collection and collections? And what is the difference between arrays and collection? So let's go and see now. Okay. So the difference between collection and collections. Collection is an interface. Collections is a class. Second point, collection is a base interface and collections is a utility class in Java. Both are in the java.util package. Collection defines methods that are used for data structures that contain the objects only. Collections defines the methods that are used for operations like accessing, finding some element on the collection. Then you can use collections method. Collection interface is only abstract methods. Collections consist of only static methods. Okay. So these are some of the differences. Please keep reading them. So arrays and collections. So what is the difference between arrays and collection? You can tell many points, right? Arrays are fixed in size, but collections are dynamic in size. With respect to memory, arrays are not good to use. So, but with respect to memory, collections are better to use. Okay, and with respect to performance, so better to use arrays, but with respect to performance, collections are not good to use. So arrays can hold only homogeneous type of elements, but collections can hold both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Arrays, we don't have a ready-made methods, right? So that's another drawback. But collections has all ready-made methods to perform the operations on the collection. So arrays can hold both primitive and wrapper objects, but collections can hold only objects. Right? So, and also class cast exception occurs in collection, but not in arrays. But not in arrays. So we have iterators for going through the collection, but we don't have iterators in array. So Java returns arrays rather than collection in most of the operations due to performance issues. So that's the difference between arrays and collection. So don't confuse, collection is an interface. Topic, properties class. So what is properties class? So properties class is basically handles the key value pair. Key value pair it will handle. So it is also available in java.util package, and it's a subclass of hash table. So you can understand if you want a structure, otherwise just a few methods we need. That's it. You don't need much. So what are the advantages of properties class? So basically, you can get the data, you can set the data in the file through properties file. So why do you need a properties file and properties class? Properties file is mainly used for, so maintenance it will reduce. So you don't need to repeat the code. So every time. That's one advantage with So recompilation is not required, and you can easily use the properties file to read the data. Okay. Constructors, if you see properties, you can pass as a default value. And the methods is very important. What are the methods we have? See, load method. So you can load either a file reader object, file input stream object. See here, you have a overloaded methods here. Get property string key. Get property string key. So you can get the given key value. So get property method will get the given key value. So set property means you can set the key and value. So in the memory. So basically in the file. Then you will use a write method for writing purpose. So for getting the data purpose, you will use a get property method. Get property method you have to use. Next. So you can use, that's it with properties file. And there are some differences between collections and streams. So what is collections? What is streams? So collections are mainly used to store and group the data, right? You can store, main purpose is storing purpose. The data can be stored. That way Selenium methods also will return a collection of data type. It can be list or set collection, but so the methods will return a group of data that you can store in the collection. That's the main purpose of collection. So streams means streams are mainly used to perform operations on the data. So you can perform the different operations. So with the streams, with the collections, you can add or remove elements from the collection. From streams, you cannot add or remove elements from the streams. So collections have to be treated externally, but streams are traversed internally, iterated internally. So collections can be traversed multiple times. Streams are traversed by only once. So collections are eagerly constructed and streams are lazily constructed. So these are the collections example: list to, set to, map. Streams example: filter, map, matching. So these are the some of the stream methods. Any questions before jumping onto the programs? So let's go and understand program. Okay. So let's open our project. So last class we have seen these are all things, and let's go and see now map introduction. So map demo. So map include programs. Okay, it's added already. So let's go and see the map methods, all the map methods. How you can declare a map? First create the class, then wherever you want to call the map methods. So this is the generic format: map, angular bracket, data type of the key, and value data type. Just the data types only you have to specify, but make sure not primitive. So you have to store all, you have to use only objects. Okay, objects you have to use. So you have to so create a first map object, map string, and double product map. Basically, product name and price I want to store. So product name is a string type. That's a key, and value is a double data. So double. So that case you have to declare key and value. Key and value. So product map equal to new hash map. See, key data type and value data type. See, I'm putting a double. Why I'm putting a double in D capital? If you put a D capital, what is meant by that?
So that is wrapper class.
It's a wrapper class. It's a wrapper class. Only wrapper classes you have to use to refer in the collections. You should not use primitive data types. Primitive data types you should not use. Make sure you give only wrapper classes. That's okay. We created a map object. Now you need to find the size. You call the size method, then print it. If any data is there, here we don't have any data, just it will print. Okay. And then so you can insert the value. How can you insert an entry into the map? Using put method. So the map name dot put the product value, product name, and price. So again, you want to put one more, the product to map dot put. So key and value. So key is a string type and value is of a double type. So product map dot router, I'm just inserting that value 5,000. So product map dot put method headset in this value. Product map dot put MacBook this value. Then find the size. So find the product map. Okay. And then so you can product map dot, you can get the so iPhone price you want to get. So what is this? The iPhone, right? You just give for get method, just give the key. What is the key? This is the key. So that is the key. And then, so remember this, know how to get the value from the map using get method. Using get method, you can get the value of particular given key. Okay. So then such particular key is present in the map or not. So you have to use contains key. How can you search? Using contains key. So boolean b equal to, see all return type methods. So boolean b equal to map dot contains key of what key you want to search. So remove an entry from the map. So product map dot remove, just give the key, that entire entry will be removed. So fetch all the keys from the map using key set. Using key set you get it. So the key set will return all the keys in the set collection. Set string keys collection equal to product map dot key set. So the key set returns a set of set collection. Then iterator, I'm using iterator to iterate this collection. So iterator string it equal to collection dot iterator. Then while it dot has next, then it dot next method. So it will fetch the data and this will check whether the value is there or not. If it is a true, it will come here. If it is not true, it won't come here. Okay. So let's come back and we'll